Hey guys, I'm Dad.
I'm Lily.
And this is our first run at doing a few YouTube videos. I like to teach my kids everything that I know in the kitchen, and tonight we're going to be making
Chicken Parmesan.
It's the first time I've made Parmesan in probably 4 or 5 years, and I think it's the first time you've ever made it, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, I've eaten it, but I've never tried to make it.
But we're gonna make it homemade.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
All right, the first thing I'm gonna start doing is chopping up some garlic. I always get a whole head and just kind of peel it apart, and when we get the ends off, then all we have to do is smack the knife a little bit on the garlic, and the skin just peels right off. And then it's easy to kind of slice up the garlic in one direction, turn it a little bit, and slice it going in the other direction, and you've got minced garlic, and we can put that in our tomato sauce. All right, now it's Lily's turn to try.
I'm scared.
There we go.
That's hard.
Yeah, and now you want to kind of smack it on the side.
Oh.
Oh, there you go. Good job.
Haha. Nothing happened.
Well, it's going to be easy now to peel the skin off the garlic clove.
Doesn't seem that easy. Oh. I got it.
Yeah, see, it's coming right off.
Yeah.
Pull it from the top, too. If you pull it from the top, it'll be easier.
Like this?
Yeah. There we go. See, it's all coming off now?
Yeah. Okay. I got it all.
All right, and
Now what do I
now, remember, curl your fingers under. There we go. You can slice it from that direction. Is it really hard for you?
Yes.
All right, you want me to take over from here?
No, I got it.
All right. See, those are great slices.
Oh.
If you'll keep the end of the knife on the cutting board and just rock it back and forth, that'll make it a little bit easier. That's a really dull knife. You'd be much better off with a sharper knife.
Yeah, this is...
Here, let's trade out. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little bit of this garlic. That way we can get going on dinner a little bit faster. My watch is buzzing because I'm getting emails. Alright, that's good enough. The garlic doesn't have to be chopped super fine. We're gonna simmer it with our tomatoes to make our pasta sauce. That's gonna go on our Parmesan. So that's a couple of cloves. Alright, so we managed to mince up 3 cloves of garlic, and Lily is going to put about 2 tablespoons, maybe 1.5 tablespoons of butter in the bottom of our little saucepan here, and turn it on high to get that butter melted.
Ha!
That's tricky, isn't it?
Yes.
And then just slide that garlic off into the saucepan.
Oh.
I would use the knife like on the cutting board.
On the knife?
Yeah.
The knife?
There. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Oh, like...
Rake it. You can rake it off the cutting board.
How? This is like...
There we go.
Ha!
Genius. Awesome. Break the rest of it off, babe.
Oh.
No.
Like this?
What's on the cutting board? There we go. Nice. All right, now just run the, that works. Or you can run the edge of the knife along the side of the saucepan. Aha! Good job. That's awesome. All right, so the butter is starting to melt and the garlic is starting to fry. So we're just gonna give the pan a little jiggle. Get that butter all around. And you don't even have to stir it at this stage. I mean, it's just super easy. If you just let it fry for a second, I am going to turn the pot handle away from the front of the stove. That way, if somebody walks by, it's not going to get whacked off. We're just going to let that cook just for a minute while we get the tomatoes and herbs. Okay, so next on our list of ingredients, Lily is going to cut some basil out of our herb garden. We're going to get, I don't know, just about 3 sprigs. Branches is more like it. That's awesome. A couple more just like that.
Now where did I put it?
You want me to hold it?
Yes, please.
Alright. Lily's gonna get, I think maybe just 1 more of those, Lily. That should be enough basil. Awesome. And we also have growing out here some oregano.
So maybe like a cut it like right there.
Yeah, let's try that.
Is that good or more?
Maybe, yeah, that's good. Now let's get some thyme. And we kind of make this recipe up as we go along. I think every single time I make it.
That's not
Yeah.
as much as I thought.
We're gonna need a whole lot more than that.
Okay.
Those are kind of small sprigs.
Oh,
That's a good one.
sorry, it scared me. There was like a bee or something.
And one more. That's a great one.
Okay.
All right, we've got some herbs. Okay, so we've washed our herbs. We've got our basil, oregano, and thyme. And Lily's gonna take this kind of big can of tomato sauce. How many ounces is that, Lily?
28.
28. That's the big can. We're gonna put that in with our garlic. Just pour that gently in. Get it a little bit closer so it doesn't splatter out. Now let's grab that spoon and we'll try to get any more tomato sauce out of there. Sweet. That's awesome. And now we're gonna chop up those herbs as Wyatt is yelling. He apparently is having a real problem with his beer. Okay, so this is going in the recycling bin. We're done with that. The next thing I'm gonna show you guys is what to do with these herbs. I plucked off a bunch of the basil leaves, and we're just gonna kind of roll them up, and we're gonna do what is called a chiffonade, which is basically cutting them into little strips. My cutting board is moving everywhere here. But this is a great way to incorporate the fresh herb into the tomato sauce. It's just gonna be little bitty strips of the basil. So that's ready to go. With the thyme, these are such little bitty leaves. I'm basically just gonna strip off the leaves from each one of these little stems. So just like so. And I've got a little pile of thyme leaves. I'll keep working on them. And then the oregano. I mean, this is really, really, really small leaves too. So I'm basically just going to strip a few of the leaves and take them over here and just give them a quick chop. So they're gonna be, you know, not really chunks in our sauce, but there'll be little pieces of herb. Okay, so we've added a little bit of salt and pepper and just a little bit of sugar with our herbs to the tomato sauce. And Lily told me while we were off camera, she was like, oh, you should have videoed adding the salt and pepper and sugar. That way people would know how much is in there. But I'm guessing just like, you know, maybe a half teaspoon of salt. We don't put a lot of salt in our food, and the tomatoes already had a little bit of salt. Just a few grinds of pepper, and maybe a teaspoon of sugar. So here's the next step. We need to make a breadcrumb mixture to go on the outside of the chicken breast that we're going to bake for the chicken parm. And we're starting with some garlic bread that we made a couple of days ago. We stuck it in the refrigerator, but basically it's just plain white bread with a whole lot of garlic butter that we saved. You can just use plain old bread that you've bought to make the breadcrumbs with. You can even buy Italian breadcrumbs in a little can at the grocery store. But Lily's gonna grind these up for us. Put the lid on there until it locks. You got it. All right, now turn it on. The look on her face. That was crazy.
Let's turn it off.
Turn it off. You turn it off every now and again just to see what kind of breadcrumbs. Yeah, it's got a lot of grinding to go, so pulse it a few times.
Is it gonna be crazy like that?
Yeah, it will. It's gonna require a lot of pulse. All right, so we're good and done. Go ahead and take the lid off. We'll show everybody our breadcrumbs.
Oh, the other way.
This way.
Okay.
All right.
That looks good.
So those look great. We're going to take these over here, and I got it.
Oh, you hold it from underneath.
Yeah.
I thought you had to hold it from inside. That's what scared me.
Look at that. We've got these beautiful, soft breadcrumbs that we can use to coat our chicken now. Okay, this is going to be hilarious, but it's going to be fun. This is where we have to get really, really messy. And you know how important it is make sure you have clean hands, and to make sure if you touch that chicken, you don't touch anything else, right? Because chicken is really gross. You can get really, really sick from raw chicken.
Yes, you can.
What we're gonna do is a two-step process. We're gonna make an egg wash, and then we're going to use the egg wash to make the breadcrumbs stick to the chicken. So let's get started with the egg wash. This is so easy. Break a couple of eggs into our bowl. All right, one more egg.
Where is it?
Right here. We're gonna throw this away.
Okay. Ooh, it's gonna fall.
All right, and I'll get you a fork.
It's in it.
There we go. Get them in there.
Shell is gonna get in this.
Keep going. You got it.
What if shell gets in it?
You fish it out. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten eggshells in something.
I'm gonna get extra.
I just kind of have to fish it out.
I'm a nail.
Okay. So you go wash your hands now. And I'm just gonna take these eggs and beat them with a fork so that they're all yolks and whites incorporated together. And then I'm going to take a couple of grinds of pepper to season the egg. And I'm going to take a little sprinkle of salt. That way, every single part of this dish has a little bit of flavor. There you go, Lily. You should be good. So that's our egg wash and our breadcrumbs. Now let's talk about how we're going to do this chicken. The chicken that we buy, these breasts are really, really big. There's no way that would cook all the way through. So what I do is just slice them in half like this. That way they're much more even. You also don't have to pound the chicken breast if you just cut them in half like this. Just make sure you have a really good sharp knife. And this is certainly something better suited for moms and dads, right?
Yes, definitely.
How many of these do you think we should do? It's just me, you, Wyatt, and Jack here tonight.
I'd say 4. I think would be good.
You just want to do 4? I'm making a little bit more than that. We'll do those.
Yeah.
The other 2 chicken breasts, we'll just put in a Ziploc bag and stick them in the freezer, and we'll save them for something
Get
else.
those out of our way.
Yeah, don't touch the chicken.
You didn't touch the chicken.
All right.
Okay.
So, okay, this is where things get really crazy.
I want to do. Can I do the where you hand them to me and I put them in this? I want to put them in there.
I'm gonna do one,
Oh,
and then
I
you
get to
take
do.
over, and you're gonna do the rest of them. Okay? So I'm just gonna take one piece of our chicken breast. I'm going to dredge it through our egg mixture. It'd be really nice if I had glass bowls so you could actually see what was going on. And then we're going to let that drain off, and then we're going to dredge it through our breadcrumbs.
Tossing breadcrumbs on the
Get
chicken,
those
making
breadcrumbs
sure
stuck all over. It would help if I had much finer breadcrumbs, but
they're awesome. We don't, so
that's the
it'll be
best
okay.
that we're gonna do. I'm gonna do one more, Lily,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna pass this off to you. Here we go.
Okay.
Shake it a little bit, and then back into these breadcrumbs. All right. And you can use pretty much any type of breadcrumb. You could have ground up crackers, just plain white bread. Again, like the Italian breadcrumbs that you can buy in the grocery store. I think using the leftover garlic bread is kind of genius because then not only are we not wasting anything, shake off the excess. Not only are we not wasting anything,
Okay, I'm gonna
but
pull these closer.
the garlic in the garlic bread is going to give it just that much more flavor, okay?
Okay. Okay, I kind of pulled these a little closer. Do I just go?
Just grab and go, yeah.
Oh, geez, I've never touched chicken before.
That is not true.
Yes,
You've
it
touched
is.
chicken plenty of times.
No, I don't feel like
Okay, good job. And now you're going to stick it in those breadcrumbs.
They still like.
Our oven is now preheated. It's good. It's okay if there's a little extra on there.
Jack, I'll get you.
Now, push those breadcrumbs all over it. Okay, so Lily has her hands down in there. She's gotten that one completely covered in breadcrumbs. You want to do one more?
Sure.
Stick it in the egg wash.
Oh, geez, these are slimy little babies.
And over into the breadcrumbs. Yeah, these are going to be so amazingly delicious.
The garlic tomato sauce.
It smells delicious.
All of our fresh herbs that have gone into this dish. I think it'll be chock full of love.
All right, Lily, I think that one's good. We'll set it over on our baking sheet, and we'll finish the other two up, and we'll get ready to go. All right, so here are our chicken breasts that have been coated in our breadcrumbs, and Lily's going to open up the oven for me, and we're going to slide these bad boys in, get that going, and as you can see, our tomato sauce is bubbly, and it'll be ready as those chicken breasts bake. Lily, this is going to be amazing.
Yes, it
All right, guys, our chicken is rocking along. It's at about 130 degrees right now, so I'm going to go ahead and put some spaghetti sauce on some of these. I'm not going to put it on all of them because my son Jack really doesn't like tomatoes and really doesn't like tomato sauce, so we're going to leave a couple of these just with breadcrumbs and cheese on them so that Jack doesn't mutiny. You can hear the boys playing Xbox in the living room. Now we're gonna just layer on some sliced mozzarella cheese. I like these things really good and cheesy too. This is gonna be so good, Lily. And I'm gonna put one slice on these for now, and then I'm gonna split up some of the cheese slices to make sure that we get the whole piece of chicken covered in mozzarella cheese. Alright, so just tear up the cheese and put it wherever you need it. Maybe like on the end here, on this end up here. Here we go. Alright, and that's some pretty cheesy chicken right there. And we'll pop these back in the oven and let them finish baking. Okay, thanks Lily for helping me out with dinner. It looks amazing. I hope you guys try this and enjoy. Okay, so dinner's done. We had a lot of fun, and I think everybody really enjoyed it. How was it?
It was really good.
Yeah? If there were anything we were gonna change, what would you do?
I think I would change putting the sauce on the actual chicken. I'd just put the cheese, and then I'd lay the pasta down, and then I'd put a light layer of sauce, and then the chicken with the cheese.
Okay. You wanted the coating to be a little bit crispier, and it wasn't crispy the way you would like it. Okay. That's fair. Because we baked the chicken in the oven and didn't deep fry it, it didn't get crunchy and crispy like an Italian restaurant. So, but otherwise, it was awesome. Good deal. Thanks for watching, guys.